responding sa sagot nyo kanina um, regarding yung naunang statement ni dating Pangulong Duterte, si former Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Attorney Salvador Panelo said that it's actually the government, the Duterte the Marcos administration that's the biggest spreader of fake news. And I quote yung sinabi niya kanina sa ANC. It's funny because it's a government, the huge corporation of fake news. For instance, when the police assaulted the KOJC, they were saying the police were not armed. They say there were no blanks in the BICAM report, which was the basis of the enrolled bill that was signed into law. Your comment, po.
So si Attorney Panelo yung nagsabi na
The biggest spreader of fake news yun.
spreader ng fake news. Unang-una, ang usapan dito ay about the gold reserves. Bakit kailangan baguhin? Nagda-divert ba sila? Yung issue tungkol sa KOJC, nasa korte na to. Kung meron mang kasuhan dito, sa korte ito. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, yung sinabi ni dating Pangulong Duterte patungkol sa gold reserves na walang anumang basihan.
Thank you, Yusek. We have more questions from MPC.
Sa Mandaue rin po sinabi po ni former President Duterte na bumalik na po yung droga sa Davao, Cebu, and Manila. Marami na rin mga tambay ang na-hold up at mga nasasaksak. Reaction po dito.
Davao, including Davao City? Oh, okay. Kung Davao City pinag-uusapan natin, sino ba ang mayor ng Davao City? Hindi ba yung anak niya? Si Mayor Baste Duterte. So, ang ibig ba sabihin nun, napaka-inefficient ng anak niya? Again, ulitin natin, nasaan ang data patungkol rito? At tandaan natin, nung panahon niya, at least ngayon may record kung may namamatay, nung panahon niya, menong bang nare-record doon sa mga biglang nawawalang mga tao? Tanong lang natin yon. So, dapat yun siguro, alamin din niya. Pero as of now, sabi nga natin, anak niya ang namumuno sa Davao City. Bakit ganun ang kanyang lungsod?
Ivan Medina, GMA7.
Yusek, kakapanumpa niyo pa lamang po ngayong araw na ito as Undersecretary and Palace Press Officer. And you come out with guns blazing. Ito na ho ba ang magiging communication stance ng Administrasyong Marcos starting today?
Siguro ganito lang po talaga ako. When it's for the truth, ilalaban natin yan. Wala tayong, hindi tayo magsasagwa ng anumang fake news. Basta kaya maalab ang damdamin natin sa pasasalita is because we know we are fighting for the truth.
Do you think it has come to a point that the administration needs to take this, firmer stance against fake news because it has already gone to worrisome levels?
Yes, we have to fight for that. We have to fight against fake news. Otherwise, yung mga tao na naniniwala sa kanila, maiiba ang isip nila. Maiiba ang diskarte nila. It is our obligation, especially tayo, mga taga-media. Dapat nating iparating sa taong bayan, ano ba ang katotohanan. Iwasan natin yung mga intriga na walang basihan. As of now, kasi puro intriga eh. Puro intriga ang pinapasok sa utak natin. At nakakasira ito sa bansa, sa ekonomiya. Hindi po ba?
Thank you.
Who considered as the presidential spokesperson?
I am not a spokesperson because the president will be speaking for himself. Okay? Ang mandato ko is to explain, to expound, anuman ang pronouncements, direktiba ng palasyo. And, Pangulo. But I will not consider myself as a spokesperson.
Ano po ba ang difference ng press officer sa spokesperson and press briefer?
Okay. May mga pagkakataon po kasi na kapag, magkakaroon po kasi, if I'm not mistaken, magkakaroon mismo ang Pangulo ng once a month na press con. So, siya po talaga yung, kung ano man yung kanya naisabihin, sa kanya po manggagaling. Ako is more on the pag-explain, pag-expound, at kung may konting gap, doon tayo papasok.
Ma'am, sorry, but of course, whatever you tell us in press briefings would have to have the authority of the president.
Of course. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I think we don't have any more questions, Isek. At for this afternoon,